Yo, what up? It's your boy Tony.25 of the Curb Talk Pod Gang. I'm just coming to you today, talking to you about Volume 8. We're going to go over Volume 8. Great battles, man. Um, you know, it was something that came off of the heels of the Drake card, obviously, and also the battle at Chris Brown's house, the Harder They Fall promo. So a great card. Um, a lot of great material. You know what I'm saying? Excellent battles, hard to call battles, and so I'm gonna get into that today. Go over, who I thought won and why. All right, so let's dive into it. Um, and I don't have these in any particular order. These are just I have wrote some notes down, and so once again, rock with me. Before I get into it, once again, I just want to thank everybody, those who watched the other episode on IGTV about my review. I believe that was the Drake card review I ran through before. Once again, I thank y'all for watching that. More content to come on anchor.fm/curb talk. Once again, that's anchor.fm/curb talk. And you can also catch me and the fellas on Spotify at Curb Talk Podcast. Curb Talk. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Like I said, man, it was an awesome card. Awesome card. First, I had Arson Loso written down here, so I'm gonna get into that. I gave round one to Ars. I like how he came out. You know what I mean? Just classic Arsenal, like aggressive, very in your face, very just punching. Not necessarily. How can I put it? It was, y'all know Arsenal, man. He's the consummate professional. You know what I'm saying? Smack calls him to battle. He's gonna show up prepared, flawless performance. But it was a lot of like filler punch, if that makes sense. Just a lot of filler punches, a lot of disrespectful punches. Obviously, Mr. So Disrespectful himself. So that's what he was doing. Loso. I felt his first round didn't resonate as much as Ars's first round. Ars came out swinging, even though it was a lot of filler punch lines. I felt Ars in that first round. I felt the more. There's a lot of animosity in his bars. It felt like so. I gave Ars that round. But as far as the next two rounds, I gave to Loso, man. I gave to Loso. Ars to me never really progressed from the filler disrespectful bars. You know what I'm saying? He's never really progressed in this battle culture. You know what I'm saying? I've been following Arsenal since 2009. Him on obviously the Smack platform, him on the Grind Time platform, him on the KOTD platform. I've been following Ars. You know what I'm saying? Fellow Jersey Knight. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Newark, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt like Loso had a few stumbles, but his punches were more relevant to the times. He was more his round structure was a lot better than Ars's. He was hitting all his bullet point, I guess, if you will, on Ars. He had it just seemed like he was gonna mention this about Ars, and he was gonna mention that instance about Ars, and he was gonna mention this, and he hit all those bullet points. And he can rap. Loso can rap. Like, he's not a superior battle rapper by any means, but he definitely gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? And he can rap. So I definitely gave Loso the second. I gave Loso the third. You know, he had decent material, and you know, I like his round structure way better than ours. I just think that Arsenal, his disrespectful lane is just, it just is kind of falling on deaf ears with a lot of battle fans, especially me. So that's how I graded that battle, man. Next, I have Av versus Bdot. This battle right here, man, like, this is one of them ones, like, the anticipation of it was wild because, you know, you have two people who can really, 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 really rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, B Dot is more of the conscious, but he still has that, you know, that hood demon in him. And then you have Av, who is strictly that. Like, he's from the block. You know, shouts out to Norfolk, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he's gonna give you that. You know, he's gonna give you that street element in his raps. And it was a good battle, man. One thing I will say, just overall, is B Dot B Dot came, like, he came to really do work. Av, I was a little bit disappointed in Av's performance. I'm not gonna lie. I still love Av as a battler, as a rapper. I gotta check out his music because I'm hearing good things about his music. I think his mixtape is called like Validation, and I think he has Validation 2 out. So I'm gonna check that out. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. So I'm hearing good things about him outside of battle rap, but in this battle in particular, I gave B Dot the first and second. Actually, excuse me. Yeah, I gave B Dot all three rounds. Actually, looking at my notes here, round one I gave it to him. Round two, round three. The first round, B Dot just had a cleaner round to me. Like, both did good, but B Dot first round was just cleaner. I guess what I wrote down was like it was just smoother. Like, it was a flawless performance. I think Av was stumbling a few times in this battle, if I remember. I watched the battles yesterday, wrote my notes yesterday, and I'm doing this review for you guys. The day after this battle was this past weekend. And so here it is Tuesday that I'm doing this for y'all. But if I can remember, that first round was a lot cleaner to B Dot. Both did good on that first round, but I gave it to B Dot. Round two, I wrote could go either way, but B Dot's punches were just hitting harder for me. They were just hitting hard. It was a very competitive battle, though. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that both dudes, had a healthy level of respect for each other, man, and it showed. You know what I'm saying? Like, this 3-0 for B Dot wasn't a body by any means. Like, it's one of the more competitive 30s that you're gonna see. So, I don't want to disrespect Av in any way. Like, Av definitely came to rap. He always does. But I just think B Dot edged him in every round. Honestly, it was, like I said, it was a competitive battle, man. But B Dot, they call B Dot Baby Lux, and I see why. You know what I'm saying? This is like maybe the second or third time I've watched an entire B Dot battle, and I have yet to be disappointed, man. B Dot, he can really rap, man. So, shouts out to B Dot. I gave him that clean sweep, 3-0. But once again, shouts out to Av. It was not. It wasn't a cakewalk for B Dot by any means. Next, I got Chilla versus Kid Chaos. Chilla versus Kid Chaos, man. Incredible, incredible, incredible battle. Chilla, obviously, Battler of the Year 2020. Kid Chaos, um, just, I mean, whew, they're almost like mirrors of each other. Like Chilla, I know when Chaos was rapping, like he saw a newer version of himself, man. This was just a puncher's battle for real, just crazy. Chilla is awesome with the pen. This is one of those battles where, man, I to definitively name a winner was hard for me. I gave Chilla the first round. I wrote down like the first round was just the schemes were just superior on Chilla's part. The wordplay was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I I, I don't think anybody could argue that Chilla won that first round. But and I hope y'all watch this once again. Volume 8. Go check it out if you can, man. It was incredible. This second round from Kid Chaos, like Kid Chaos definitely came back on this second round. He came back with a vengeance on the second round. I gave Kid Chaos that second round hands down. I mean, he just came out with a vengeance. And Chilla had great material all 3 rounds. Chilla won the first round clearly. Kid Chaos won the second round clearly. I wrote round 3 as a toss up. It was a toss up, man. Kid Chaos really came to annihilate Chilla. And, if he hadn't already, Kid Chaos definitely made a name for himself. Shouts out to South Carolina, man. Y'all got y'all one with Kid Chaos. I believe Swamp is from South Carolina too. Shouts out to Swamp. But Kid Chaos though, woo, that boy was something serious this battle, for real, for real. So round 3 is a toss up. So I say 2-1 either way. I'm not gonna be mad if and this is really, if you're a Chilla fan, you're gonna say 2-1 Chilla if you're being fair. If you really rock with the new cats coming in, the new dudes coming in, you're gonna say Kid Chaos 2-1. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the first round clear Chilla, second round clear Chaos. Round 3 is just a toss up, man. That arguably might have been the battle of the night. That might have been the battle of the night. Next, I have DNA versus Los. Let me start off with this, man. Like, DNA, shout out to DNA. I'm from Queens. He's from Queens. I lived in East Elmhurst. He's from Corona. Neighbors damn near. So, I always root for DNA whenever he battles. But I'm not gonna lie, I really like Los. I always like Los. Dude who was in the industry for a while under Bad Boy umbrella with Diddy and them. Just superior lyricist. So ever since he's gotten into the battle scene, I've definitely tuned into him. I just finished watching the battle with him and Daylight. That was an incredible battle on another platform. But yeah, man, this is hard to grade because I'm kind of biased towards DNA, but at the same time, I really mess with Los. So round 1, I put it as a toss up. If you force my hand, I gave round 1 to Los. If you force my hand, but it's a toss up, I wouldn't be mad either way. Round 2, I gave to DNA. Round 2, DNA came out with a vengeance. I felt like Los was trying to show him up a little bit at the end of Los's first round. So that energy that you got from DNA, it was just raw energy. You know what I'm saying? And DNA is gonna be DNA. He's gonna try to freestyle in there, rebuttal, and but his you could tell that his original material was A1. Like he really didn't have to improvise and freestyle that much this battle, because his preparation was on the money. I gave DNA the second round, and I also gave DNA the third round. This is a close battle. I think coming away from this battle, like Los is the superior rapper, but DNA is the superior battle rapper. I remember like I believe it was round two, and Los had this long round two that like he wasn't really hitting, he wasn't really punching, but it was like he was rapping this story, and the punchline came at the end of the round, and it was like, whoo, that was cold. But in today's culture, like you can't really set your round up like that. But the thing is Los is a rapper's rapper, so he's gonna give you, he can implement the story or the lesson that he's trying to give you, right? So it's like this long setup, and he's rhyming, and you know, like he could spit, he could really do it, like, but just in this battle arena, man, like it was too long of a build up for that punch at the end, I felt like. And so I kind of docked him for that. I gave DNA the second round. I gave DNA the third round. I think the third round was pretty clear. I think it was pretty clear. If I remember, Los had a good third round, but DNA's third round was just overall, like I said, Los is the superior rapper by far, but DNA is a seasoned vet in this battle world. So if you like deep schemes and you like lyricism, then you might give it 2-1 to Los. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you like the quick punching schemes with, you know, the aggression, because DNA has some aggression. He felt, I felt like DNA had a chip on his shoulder with Los coming at him the way he did. Then you would go with DNA, because, you know, DNA had that aggression. He had a lot of punches. So yeah, I gave it to DNA. I'm trying not to be biased. I'm trying to be really objective. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Queens. Shouts out to Corona, East Elmhurst, all that, Flushing, all that, man. Marine Terrace, all that. But yeah, I gave it 2-1 DNA. He got the second and the third to me. But if anybody said, you know, 2-1 Los, I wouldn't be upset. Sirius versus JC. This this is a weird battle, because when you watch it, when you watch it, JC is giving off this energy like he's the superior rapper, he's a superior battler. But when you really break down the rounds and you really look at the battle, JC is an awesome rapper, by the way. I'm not I'm not saying that he's not. He's an awesome talent. But there's something to say about Sirius and his in the vet status that he holds, man. And I say that to say this. I gave round one to JC. I gave round one to JC. You can tell that he was really rapping from a deep place. Condolences to him and his family. I know he's going through a rough time. He mentioned in his rounds that you know, he's just recovering from a loss, and so, you know, my prayers go out to him. But I gave JC that first round. I liked his energy. I liked his round. And if I remember right, I think Sirius had a decent round too. I think he had a decent round, but I liked JC in that. Round two can go either way. I wrote down here. It can go either way. and I had Sirius Jones winning that round three. I think round one and round two could go either way, but Sirius was clearly the better rapper in round three. He like Sirius Jones. That was a clear round for him. That was a clear win in that round. JC is the better schemer. He had a lot of serious material, but he had a lot of serious material in the first round, but he kind of waned towards the latter part of the battle, and I felt like Sirius was picking up steam as the battle went on, and JC kind of left that he kind of lost some steam towards the end of the battle. You can grade this one either way, man. Once again, I gave JC the first. The two round two can go either way. Sirius Jones won round three. If you had to force my hand, I would say Jones 2-1. I would say Jones. I would give Jones round two if you were forcing me to make a decision, and Jones got round three. It was a good showing by both of them. You could tell that Sirius Jones is really getting acclimated to this era of battling. He's done a few battles over the last couple years, and so you could just see him getting more comfortable. His material is becoming a little more relevant, more his bars are becoming more specific to his opponent, and so that's good to see because he's another one I've been following, all the way to fight, all the way since Fight Club. So shout out to Sirius, shout out to JC, man, good battle. Last one I got here is Head Ice versus A Verb. Verb won all three rounds. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Head Ice fan too. I'm a Head Ice fan. Been following Head Ice since I first saw him on early YouTube smack. You know what I'm saying? Like, shouts out to the Wolf, shouts out to Harlem. But I can't say that I expected anything different. It's just a clear victory. I will never say, and this is just out of respect, the respect that I have for Head Ice. No, but I'm never gonna say anybody just bodied him. You know what I'm saying? But this is pretty close. A Verb. What I will say is, Verb is not the same Verb from 5-6 years ago. He's definitely not. He's not the same rapper. I don't feel the hunger there. I don't see the hunger there. I see a lot of unnecessary cockiness because if you ask me right now, I wouldn't put him top 6 or 7 right now. You know what I'm saying? I'd have a hard time even putting him in my top 10 battlers of right now. Verb is definitely a legend, for sure, for sure. Just because of that whole St. Louis movement that, him and Holla definitely were the bosses of that. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely a legend. Don't get me wrong, but right now, I don't see it. But with that being said, I think he had a fairly easy opponent. Head Ice's material just doesn't resonate with today's audience. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the poetry. I appreciate the rhymes. I appreciate the grittiness. I appreciate just that hood element to it. But this is battle rap, and we got to keep it 100. So Verb took all three rounds. But shout out to Head Ice. Overall, like I said, this is a good card, man. Smack is really, he's coming out with that heat for real, for real. I just read up on some more news about the next card that Drake is hosting, the $1 Million tournament or something like that. So I know these battlers are getting the material ready. I'm excited to see what that brings, and yeah, man. We just getting started over here at Curb Talk, man. Once again, it's your boy TONY.25 with a Curb Talk Pod Gang. Make sure you tune in to us on Spotify, on Anchor.fm, and we're coming to many more platforms soon, man. We're having a good time constructing this podcast, and we're thinking of a whole lot of ideas to, showcase to the world and really put on for our culture. So that's it. I'm signing out. Much love. Easy.